You know what's funny? I discovered another crazy interest today. Silent movies, my friend, but like super old Korean ones. Yeah, isn't it amazing how these old films capture the essence of storytelling, and that too without any spoken dialogue? I guess there is so much beauty in silence. It speaks louder than words. And trust me, reading subtitles on mute is an experience you can't miss out on. But man, if you think about it, it's kinda like cooking. You start out with these simple ingredients, and through a process of transformation, they come together to form something truly delicious. So yeah, that was the main highlight of my day. Now remember our hilarious conversation about Octolympics? Yuna was in top form with her documentary suggestion, wasn't she? Yeah, she had found this cool documentary about octopuses. So obviously we diverted from discussing our usual stuff into planning an Octolympics, a marathon of octopus movies. Can't imagine that idea came from an octopus spaghetti talk. I know, it's hilarious. And then Yuna just had to name my future restaurant The Octopus's Kitchen. Now I must say that's some wild creativity right there. I must tell you, Juhwan keeps surprising me. With his software tricks up his sleeve, he's already picturing an AI octopus chef in my hypothetical octopus restaurant. And not to forget his enthusiasm for coding a new underwater octopus game, even at the expense of devouring our octopus balls. Well, that's Juhwan for you. Did you catch Yuna's comment about Octopussycat Doll's band? She's got such a knack for humor, ever ready to light up the conversation. Seems like our octopus obsession has certainly taken an interesting turn. I mean, octopus everywhere, even in our pizzas now. But no square pizzas. We're all pretty clear on that, right? I am still laughing imagining square pizzas. Yuna's worst nightmare, isn't it? Isn't it amazing how a simple idea can trigger a wave of possibilities? That's what happened today. I finally made the first move towards my dream of owning a restaurant, and trust me, today was an exhilarating ride of imagination and creativity. Mr. Park, my business mentor, helped me sketch out a unique menu for my dream fusion Italian-Korean restaurant. There's something about meshing two different kinds of cuisine together, incorporating local ingredients for an authentic experience, just like a perfectly kneaded dough rising to the occasion. But you know how ideas are. They go tiptoeing around in our brains, nudging at each other until they find a companion to join up to form something bigger, right? So remember our Octolympics goofiness where we ended up imagining a virtual octopus world? Today, during my brainstorming session with Mr. Park, this octopus, our inside joke, became the epicenter of a whirlpool of thoughts. Guess what happened next? A fusion Italian-Korean restaurant suddenly got an octopus mascot. You could say the Octolympics took an unexpected turn, catering to our culinary fantasies. Imagine a restaurant called The Octopus's Kitchen. I can already picture the giant neon signage flaring brightly amidst the city lights, reflecting in the excited eyes of our patrons. Guess we need to thank Yuna and Juhwan for dragging that octopus into our conversations with their quick wit and goofy suggestions. Imagine a customer walking into our restaurant, greeted by an intriguing smell of pizzas with a tangy whiff of kimchi. Fusion dishes like kimchi calamari are proudly listed on our unique menu. And that's not it, my pal. Juhwan, with his techie insights, gave an idea for recreating an Octoville VR experience. Who knows, diners could also dive into an underwater VR experience while their pizzas get all cheery and crusty in the oven. You know what's even more fantastic? Yuna chimed in with her idea of screening her underwater documentaries in the waiting area, adding a dash of marine education to the dining experience. So Octo's Kitchen is not just a restaurant, but a fusion of our quirkiest passions. Climbing, scuba diving, VR gaming, cooking, and filmmaking, all under one roof, taking our quirky dynamics to another level. But don't worry, mate. No square pizzas have dared to enter my round-only enthusiastic kitchen yet. Yuna's worst nightmare is safe as for now. Tasuro. Oh, and before I forget, we are yet to decide on that epic Octo karaoke playlist. Isn't it amazing how food brings people together? Today was just one of those days when I put my culinary experiments and my bouldering community together and created a mini food festival. Bracing ourselves for a weekend of tantalizing tastes and gastronomical delights, we added a dash of adventure to it too. Man, the look on Juhuan's face when I revealed about the festival. He was super pumped to taste test my new fusion experiments and started daydreaming about homemade pizza on the spot. His excitement was simply contagious. Remember Yuna? She offered to help source the seafood for the festival. Isn't it great when friends pitch in and lend a hand in our ventures? She's got these reliable contacts at the fish market, and without skipping a beat, she was ready to take up that task. It's really the small gestures that matter, don't you think? Then there was Juhuan, the tech ninja. He immediately sprang into action and proposed bringing his VR equipment to add some razzmatazz to our food gala. How could I say no to a double thrill, a culinary and an adventurous ride in one go? And speaking of food and adventure, Octoville just got real today. Can you imagine that? From a simple joke, it became the theme for our food festival. The culinary world might not be ready for this level of fusion, and yet here we are, planning a foodie's paradise based on our Octolympics humor. Even Su Min decided to join in, dispelling Juhuan's worries. So, it's a little reunion of our bouldering community, a leisurely break from our usual routines. Who would have thought a mere pizza craving would lead us to a mini festival? I treated our chat as an informal invite to my future restaurant, and man, I was flooded with words of anticipation. Yuna, Juhuan, and all are already pepped up for the festival, and especially the marinara masterpiece. Sometimes these shared crazy dreams do take us on wild flights of vision, don't they? Who would have thought that our octopus spaghetti talk would create the commercial possibility of an Octo's kitchen? My octopus fusion experiments are going to be, I